Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Welcome to IB Alumni Association Canada Chapter Virtual Event 2021. Last year, new norms were born and we were all introduced to virtual events. And IACC embraced new norms and organized series of virtual events, which included skill development, social, sports, and digital entrepreneurship. Other than live events, we also launched a YouTube channel, implemented CRM, initiated newsletters to provide updates to our team members and subscribers. And on this occasion, I would like to disclose two changes in the structure of IACC board this year. We have a new General Secretary, Batul Francis, and our previous General Secretary, Kinza, would be serving as a director on the board of IACC. She needed time off due to excessive traveling during this year. Hence, we have this change, and it's good to have changes. Additionally, we have a new director as Umar Sagir. He came forward and approached us because we had vacancies and he's there. You can he would be speaking during this event, and let's see how which thoughts and what initiatives he brings along. He has an immense he's an immense experience in entrepreneurship and his business acumen. Welcome, Omar. And they both would be speaking to you all in this session. But now I would hand over to Umama to move the session forward. Thank you all.
Thank you all for joining us. There are so many familiar faces I see and names I see, and it's just wonderful to see you guys and wonderful to see that we still have that support going. Just a roundup of the 2020 highlights from my side. I know we started with the meetup 2 weeks before we went into shutdown, and we got an attendance of 40 people, and that was great. But then we had to completely pivot and just switch to the virtual world, as everyone has now second nature to it. We had a few events. We had our first virtual series that we had launched in spring. We had 7 events. Through that, we got about 800 subscribers. And I think our most watched event was the data science. But I really want to thank individually Ghalib Salam, Mahnaz, and we had Ali Deriwala. We had, who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting someone, Zishan. You have to jump in.
We had
Majid. We had Majid, we had Varda, and I mean, honestly, I just want to take a quick moment to thank you guys, because you're the people who stepped forward, and there's no way we could have done it without you. And I just want to let everyone know that I understand that physical events are unfortunately lacking right now, but from our side, from the person who's speaking, a lot of planning goes into it. We do take a lot of time. We try to keep the ball rolling, and we've had as many as we can. We held a light cooking competition on our IBA Alumni Facebook group. We got sponsors for that. We had Naveed Ahmed sponsor gift cards. We had Rizwan sponsor his the Halal Meat Shop cards. Then we started our Newcomer series, which was targeted again to newcomers. And this is all available on our YouTube channel. So the Newcomer series, once again, Nayab, Umar himself, Uzma Siddiqui, we as the board stepped up, made short videos, whatever we could do to give it back. Then one of the highlights of last year was the Roshan Digital seminar that we had. For that, we had the Bank Al-Falah President and CEO, Atif Bajwa, come in. We had the Deputy Governor of State Bank, Dr. Murtaza Sayed, come in. We had the core management of both those institutions come in as well. That went very good. That went very well. It was well received. Then seeing that things are moving, we actually had some alumni step forward and said, we want to do something too. So we had Saira Munir, who is an IB alumnus who's based here in Oakville. She said, I want to have 3 people with their CVs and, just tell them to reach out to me. We had a pretty good response. So we took a lucky draw and we had 3 people she worked with on a personal level through calls. She went through their CVs. And I know that one of them for sure is working right now. And, so they were very happy. They appreciated that we stepped up and we went forward. For 2020, and then we also had that session with Tabish Hashmi. I'm sure you all know the cartoon and the character that he is. He was with me at IBA, so he's a very close friend. So he stepped up and he said, look, let me host something. I'll do something. We had a quiz competition. We had a winner. It was a lot of fun. For 2021 right now, we did get in touch with NUS Canada. They actually reached out to us. And we've planned a few events through the course of the year. The first one we've already had was on smart investing, stocks, people getting into stocks, how to get into stocks, what to look at. And the next one scheduled for later this month, for which the announcement will be made, is going to be based on data science. Again, there'll be a speaker from our side, a speaker from the NUST side, and then we'll keep that going. We had Majid step forward and speak to people who are looking to come to Canada for further education. He did a very in-depth discussion, and again, really appreciate that. So, sorry, that's all from my side. I don't want to take up too much time because today our aim is to keep the floor open. We are going to go through a bunch of the other updates, and then Malahat, you will have your chance. Don't worry, I will make sure you're introduced.
I have a question, Mama.
Yeah.
Do we have any kind of a connection with? It's good to hear that we're connecting with NUST, and like that's an IT university, and IT and business. If we can combine those two streams of education, they make a very good combination. But at the same time, our natural, natural, what you could call a sister organization would be LUMS, right? So have we tried to connect with LUMS fraternity, and even
we are trying to go on that, Ali Saab. So I'm gonna just keep all the suggestions for the end. I'm just gonna hand it over to Batul. She wants to just go over a little bit of the website. Then we'll have Umar talk, and then Malahat, and then we're gonna basically keep the floor open. And we'll have an open discussion.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I would request all to please mute themselves.
Absolutely. Hi everyone. I'm just having a little bit of technical trouble in sharing screen. So in the meantime, I might just ask Umar to carry on, and then I'll jump back on.
Right, not a problem.
Thanks, Umar.
Are you sure you want me to take over now?
Yeah, go right ahead. I can pick it up at the end.
All right. So right now, till yet, we are 25 participants, and it is not a good sign. I was thinking maybe 50 plus, 70 plus, but it's okay. So my name is Umar, or 97 ka graduate Buddha. And so in back home, I was into advertising and events, और यहाँ मैं और अपना काम करता था, उससे पहले job में brand management पे काम कर रहा था. Then I came here, and I'm a realtor by profession here. और so ये तो थोड़ा सा मेरा and my wife is also from IBA. लेकिन we'll talk about networking. So my point of देखिए we are all from IBA. We have a certain same frame of mind है, हम सबका same history है पीछे, educational background एक है, we know each other at least, हमें पता है कि क्या thoughts होती हैं हमारी. So networking के ऊपर ही मैं importance दूंगा सबसे ज़्यादा, और job definitely एक नया entrant आता है, उसको he thinks that मतलब job कैसे लगे. So we can't promise job for sure, कोई भी नहीं कर सकता, लेकिन हम सिखा तो सकते हैं. networking से ही सारी game start होती है, और उसी के लिए मैं सबसे रिक्वेस्ट ये करूंगा कि we should definitely participate in more and more in our events, हमारे member बने, और so that we can share our learnings और दोस्ती करें, and then we move on. हमारे काफी we have a lot of plans this year. देखें, for example, thanks to this COVID बहुत सब कुछ नहीं हो सका. In fact, even for the we were planning, we have a plan कि LinkedIn के ऊपर किस तरीके से we improve our view, अपने LinkedIn profile को किस तरह improve करें, so that professionally आप कितना ज़्यादा advantage हो सके. It is just one of a point, but हमारा virtual के ऊपर काफी emphasis रहेगा इस साल till the COVID is over, and then for sure picnic and dinners for sure. लेकिन not yet, अभी भी we are far behind, अभी जब भी सिलसिला होगा. Plus the floor will be open at the end कि हम how can we improve our networking, और क्या points हैं, और आप सबसे मेरी request होगी कि please अपने बताएं कि क्या हम कर सकते हैं. So network. So here is a poll. For example, Zishan has just made a beautiful poll. So please participate in this. So एक point हमारा था कि members only, we should have a WhatsApp group. It should be members only. तो उसके लिए IACC के member बने और फिर definitely उसके अंदर हम advantages हम भी planning कर रहे हैं. आप लोग भी बताएं कि किस तरीके से हम further advantage दे सकें. First is networking. अच्छा, अभी ही हमारी बात हो रही थी last week की, me and Zishan, we are also in touch with few gyms ताकि हम IACC के members के लिए वहाँ हम discount करवा दें. Then we also talking about few restaurants ताकि IACC के members को हम वहाँ हम discount offer करवा सकें. फिर लेकिन मैं ये नहीं बोलूँगा कि देखें क्लब हाउस is definitely is a beautiful forum, बहुत मजा आता है, Taha is managing it very well, but उसके अंदर IACC के members और non IACC members सब हैं, but they're all from IB for sure. लेकिन हमारा हम सबका प्लान यही है कि एक IBA का, लेकिन अब होना चाहिए नहीं होना चाहिए, आप लोग बताएं, what do you guys say? Okay, so poll results are here. 95% are saying this, and it will be very much governed by rules for sure. ऐसा मतलब हर चीज़ ही नहीं हो सकेगी, लेकिन उसमें भी pure जो बोलते हैं ना, what will be the focus will be networking, or networking so that we can get advantage. And but this is what it is. Or Zishan, if I'm missing anything, you let me know. I'll touch base on it. डेयरी वाला he's a very senior person, and उन्होंने ICC भी बहुत अच्छी तरह चलाई है पहले, और बहुत अच्छे पॉइंट्स हैं कि अभी भी इनका जो क्वेश्चन था, it was very nice कि definitely लम्स को मेरी तरफ से तो I'm कि हाँ लम्स आना चाहिए, बिल्कुल आना चाहिए. Right, I finished this. So sporting events, small cricket events, fishing trips. Dairy wala is very much into fishing, river rafting. We as a board, we will try to organize, especially river rafting. तो वहाँ होती है Ottawa में. That is a little, it is more management बहुत involved हो जाएगी उसके अंदर. But ठीक है, definitely, why not? अगर if you guys are all interested, तो हम वो भी organize करने के लिए ready हैं. But this will be post COVID, not now. Biking events, yes. इस तरीके के, and we will keep on, आप लोग बताएं कि so that whatever हमारी अभी suggestion होगी, we will put it in our plan for this year, and then we will organize it eventually, and manage it. So this is it. This is from my side. Anything else, Umama? You tell me. I can't hear anybody.
Oh, sorry. You're good. You're
good. Okay.
Batul can.
Batul, are you okay with your IT now?
I am. Yes.
Perfect.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Hello, everyone. I'm Batul. I'm going to be talking to you guys through the website. This is our new IBA website. Oh, Zishan, I can't seem to share my screen. Just take a quick peek at that.
You have a beautiful kid.
I'll try again.
You can try again.
Yeah, there you go. So we'll keep it short, but I wanted to give you guys an overview, and everyone can see my screen now? Perfect. So wanted to give you guys a quick overview of what our new website looks like, because now we have connected it to our CRM portal as well. And so you guys can come to ibalumni.ca. You will read about us on our main homepage, what our main initiatives are and our purpose. There's a little bit of a feed going on over here for connected to our Facebook page. But the main stuff and the good stuff is we want you guys to become our members. Well, that's the whole purpose of having a Canadian chapter, is to bring the alumni together on a common platform like ours. And so we can network, we can learn from each other, and we can support our newcomers. So head on over to memberships. And there are a couple of reasons here of why you should be an IACC member, ones that I've already mentioned as well.
I think Batul has frozen again, right?
I think she dropped off, or her connection froze. So
Zishan or Umema, can you take over?
Yeah. Okay. So while Batul gets back on, so this is basically our Newcomer website. Oh, sorry. Okay, our IACC website. So this is something that we moved from the old website only because this platform is catered for alumni. So we can also develop a database, because previously we had the website, but we were maintaining a database on Excel, which was obviously getting very difficult to manage. So now what we have is people who put in their information, it's all kind of going into a database. So we have something to work with. We control it ourselves. It's easily, we can add, subtract things, our events, our news, everything will be shared through this website. We do have the membership tiers as well. We have a newcomer membership. Batul, are you back? Okay, so we have a newcomer membership, which is currently free for the first year. So I understand when newcomers come, you're just trying to get your feet wet. You're trying to understand what's going on. You want to obviously meet people from the market. So that is free right now. Again, what we're trying to build is kind of build that sense of community. So please definitely go and become a member. So we have your details. And once we have your details, as many of you put up, that you would like a closed members WhatsApp group. So automatically, once you're a member of IACC, you will be added into that WhatsApp group. So, Batul, if you can hear me, I guess you can stop sharing your screen. So I want to just take a quick minute and just let everyone know that Malahat actually got in touch with us when she heard that we were hosting a meetup for the IACC community in Canada. And she basically wants to talk to us about the initiatives that people have taken, because at the end of the day, we obviously want to help a community. Now, the community may be here, but we obviously want to give back to our alma mater as well. So she's going to just talk a little bit about that. And in the few coming weeks, we will try and have a more dedicated session with Dr. Zedi. I know a lot of us have been away from the new IBA from very long. I had the pleasure of teaching there, so I've seen the new one and the new changes. Yeah, so I'm just going to hand it over to you, and please go ahead. Again, thank you for coming.
Thank you. I want to thank the chapter for giving me this opportunity. I don't know how many of you have recently visited IBA. We have really had a lot of, so I see a couple of hands. So there has been a transformational change, not just in terms of infrastructure, but we have now set up 3 schools. So there's a School of Business Management, there's a School of Liberal Arts, and there's a School of Computer Science with independent deans, under, of course, the one dean, which is Dr. Akbar Zaidi. And we've also launched a couple of new programs. So there is MS Data Science, there's MS Finance, there's MS Management, and we are going to start a law program also. So I just wanted to talk to you about a couple of things which alumni do for us. So the first thing that you guys do you are our brand ambassadors. So no matter how good the infrastructure is or our faculty is, you guys are the ones who market us everywhere that you are. And right now, yesterday I was going through our database, and right now 126 of our alumni are CEOs of different companies. And when I say CEOs, I'm not talking about your fly-by-night operations, but RB, GSK, Unilevers of this world. So which is just amazing, which tells you the kind of brand equity that we have in the market. Of course, so one thing you do is you are a brand ambassadors. You can also help us mentor and groom our students, and that is another opportunity for all of you. If you can reach out to us, and if you have time, we would very much want you to come and mentor, of course, virtually, but mentor as much as you can. The third thing that you guys could do is set up a scholarship in either your chapter's name or in your class's name. So in the last year, I don't know whether it was because of COVID or despite COVID, 28 classes have come forward and they've set up scholarships or endowed funds. So we have, the senior most class is from 1978 and the recent class is 2010. So there's an entire spread of classes, and they've come back and they've set up either an annual scholarship or an endowed fund. So I don't want to go into the details of that. Like Umama said, maybe we can have something very structured for how do you set up a scholarship, how do you go about it, whether Sadqa or a Zakat or a Sharia compliant scholarship can be set up. If you guys are interested, please reach out to me, and I'll be happy to to talk through all of that in detail. But that's just my kind of update on where we are in terms of direction of travel, and how can you guys be part of this transformational journey. And with that, I'm just going to stop. Thank you.
No, I appreciate that. Actually, that was pretty good. I'll definitely be in touch with you. So we'll get through the logistics with the rest of the board. And I think a future session also with Dr. Zaidi and where IBA is, because I think many people remember it as just the BBA, MBA school. And I know when I left, there was so many programs. This was in 2017, no, 2018. And I'm sure even in the last 3 years, there've been even more. So yeah, I'll stay in touch with you for that for sure. Now I'm going to hand it over back to Omar to kind of, let's get this conversation going.
So where were we? All right, so the floor is actually open. अब आप लोग बताएं what are your ideas कि how can we improve our networking, and what should we plan? We have another 20-30 minutes, and everybody has their own points, and we are here to and then we will take polls, or we will organize, and we will Zishan and the board will see which points to be taken. So please, it's open now. You guys carry on, and so that we can listen.
Assalamu alaikum. I'll
please
start.
open your mic, please.
Yeah. Wajahat
yeah,
speaking.
I think you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Can't hear you, Wajahat.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Thank you, Umar, for inviting me for this event, actually, because I recently connected with Umar on another portal and got to know about IACC for the first time. I'm from Vancouver, so I'm not sure, do we have any separate chapter for Vancouver or not? That's fine. I mean, of course, it's not that big an institution. We can work from Vancouver. The thing that I wanted to highlight from the networking perspective, I moved to Canada about 6 years ago. Before that, I was in Abu Dhabi for about 13-14 years, and Pakistan before that. When I moved here, I tried my best to connect with our own people for the first. It didn't work probably because there's nobody in Vancouver from IBA. But carrying that particular part on, I would like since then I'm in banking, commercial banking with CIBC. So I would like to kind of extend my help to anybody who come in, just to let me know I can connect over the phone. That's what I continue to do even for non-IBAs. So please reach out to me through anybody anywhere here or in Pakistan. We can help out. So that, and recently I got the membership application filled out about a week ago. Probably it's still in the making. I just checked, it's pending. So if somebody can approve or anything needed from me, just let me know. But yeah, that's it from me.
All right.
Ali Sab, you're on mute. The most used line of 2020.
So Wajahat, very nice talking to you, and getting a picture on the a face on the name that I've been seeing on the IBA Clubhouse. So I'm seeing a lot of faces over here that I've just heard of them, but I've never seen them in my. So Ms. Maman, last year I was at IBA and I spoke about I gave a kind of a session on personal brand development, and that was to help the new graduates not just develop their own personal brands, but as to your point, become brand ambassadors not just for IBA but also for Pakistan and the IBA community abroad. So, and I would, whenever I come to Pakistan, I would love to, like lecture other classes also whenever I get a chance. So I think that's a very good idea. And yeah, we should become, like brand ambassadors for IBA over here. And networking is a very good thing. And I think if you bring in the element of fun that Zishan, you just talked about, that, like let's have sporting events, let's have picnics, let's have fishing events, biking events, rafting events, even camping. Like these are some of the suggestions. When you bring an element of fun, even like having, like social dinners at a restaurant, then networking becomes a lot more easier, a lot more attractive. And, it kind of acts as a magnet that, hey, they're having this event and let's take my family over there and, let's all have fun and at the same time network together. So these kinds of events, they kind of become a kind of a very, very attractive for networking. That's my point. Thank you.
So,
We were
go
trying
ahead.
to arrange events, but the thing is, due to COVID restrictions and due to those government restrictions, we kind of avoided it. But at the same time, if we can just stick together, like below a number of 8 people getting together and going to a mountain biking or walking trip, something like that, we can just definitely work those out. And at the same time, fishing trips, what we can do is we can create different small WhatsApp groups. Whoever is interested in they can provide their interest, fishing, anything, and then we can, from there on, we can do that kind of planning. Thank you, Mohammed Ali, for speaking.
Can I add something here? I don't know how many of you are aware or not. The global COO of KFC is Sabir Sami, who's our IB alumni, and he's based in Toronto at the moment.
Yes, he's also the founder of he's also one of the founders of IACC, Sabir Sami, and his wife. They were, like 2 years junior to me at IBA. In the mornings, and they had a love story that eventually converted into a very successful marriage.
So maybe, in terms of networking events, he could be a huge pull if you, whether you, when things open up and you did an event in Canada. So, because.
100% agree with both of you on that. Just jumping on to with what Zishan said, this year has been, the last year and possibly this year has been very different. Had it been a normal year, I think circumstances and our events would have been completely different as well. So we're just literally at this point trying to make the best of it. Maybe by the end of the year, we can hope that we can have something. People have had to take some tough calls. And even if I know there are some people who are willing to meet, but there are some people who would like to keep those pods close to home. So physical events, we are all lacking it, and we completely understand. It's unfortunately out of our control right now. Just building on to Umar's WhatsApp group, and I think most people are agreeing with it. So I know that most of you have been based here for a few years. You're well settled. And, so we want you guys to come out and you tell us that how would you like, because I know a lot of you want to help, and it's just a question of how do we do it and where do we start. So your ideas on how we can start this, how we can get this going, given the situation we are in right now.
Before we go into the topic, this is Hassan Mir. Before we go into the topic of how we can help each other out, I just want to add to the previous topic that was going on networking and socialization. What I noticed, I wasn't like very active participant, but what I noticed before COVID era is like some of the events that I saw were like adults only, and I was looking for more family interaction, because I'm sure there are some people here who have kids and they will like more to go on the events which involve the family level interaction. So think about that direction. Maybe that will bring more people to interact if we have some activities at family level. So that's what I wanted to brought out as a point. But I'll let you go on to the next topic of how we can help.
That's actually a very valid point. That's a very fair point.
Another idea I propose is that we get involved in voluntary projects. And one of the voluntary projects that I see upcoming is the registration of getting vaccinated for COVID-19, that pre-registration process. And there would be teams required to lead people into the vaccination center, help them, guide them, and then when the vaccine is given out by the medical professional, after that take them to a waiting room and for 15-20 minutes monitor them, and then guide them out. So there are going to be teams, there would be volunteering required on this. I'm in touch with our MP on this. And once this vaccination process ramps up, this is something that IACC can put their foot forward and offer help. Other thing is that after June, hopefully now that the availability of vaccines are going up, and we may have a lot more vaccines, and most people would be vaccinated by the end of June or July. After that, there are tree plantation events, and IACC can become volunteer for them. And they just just talk to your local MP and ask if they have a tree plantation event in one of their constituencies, and all of us can go there wearing IACC caps, or some kind of an IACC thing, and plant trees over there. One person can easily plant 5 to 6 trees. It's free of charge. The plants are provided by the government. All we have to do is just go there and plant. So these are some of the volunteering events that IACC can move forward, and show ourselves as good Canadian citizens, not just a Pakistani community, an academic Pakistani community, but good citizens of Canada who are working for the betterment of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Thank you, Mohammed Ali, for sharing this idea. And I also got this idea as virtual groups from MENAS for fitness and
she's
walking.
going to speak.
Yeah, so please go ahead.
Are you telling me?
Yes.
Okay, so I just wanted two things which even well, I was just mentioning about volunteering. So I just want to say that if anybody has already been volunteering in the community, there you can nominate each other as well for those efforts, and you're recognized by the ministries. Recently, I received Ontario Ministry of Culture and Tourism Award for volunteering for 5 years for my community project. And I think it's a great way, for people to get recognized and for the efforts. And also that's one thing, if anybody has already been volunteering, we should nominate, people for that role as well. And secondly, fitness group, I just wanted to say that, of course, the pandemic made us realize our priorities in life, gone with the bags and shoes and dinners and, parties and all. So what was left then? So we had to, redefine our goals in life. And so one thing that really helped me along was daily yoga session. My cousins and some family friends started that. We've been doing that like every single day since like March last year. And when Ghalib, he's a runner, I cannot keep up with him, but that's one thing we've been wanting to encourage with our groups, that let's just do, some running goals, or there's a thing going on about 10,000 steps or something. So we can all, log in our goals and just have a sort of a fitness running group or walking group or something, and just share on that. These are just, then you can just make a group on that, just have a walking group or something. It's very simple, and you just fit it into your time of the day. You can just do steps at home, you can walk outside when the weather is great, and that's my simple idea.
Thank you. Yeah, anybody else?
So I'm just going to pitch in a little bit here. So building on networking and jobs, and I see some people typing that they'd like to volunteer for events. IACC is always looking for volunteers. So please reach out to us. We'd be happy to. We can give you a letter. We can give you whatever we need. Because it's essentially just a few of us managing with full-time work with our families. It does get a little overwhelming. But yeah, please, we are always open to volunteers.
Actually, subject, I wanted to ask, what is the best way of reaching our members? I know we post about, we're looking for volunteers, looking for mentors on our Facebook group. We send out emails. Where are you guys reading us, and how can we best reach you? That would be good to know. Is everyone reading the emails we're sending?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we'll continue sending some more information about volunteers because, yeah, like Mark said, we're always looking for more volunteers. We have a couple of initiatives in mind and we needed more input from our alumni. So, yeah.
Batul, you want to build on the newsletter as well, actually?
Yeah, so we have, we've started a quarterly newsletter. We initially had it in mind to send it every 3 months, but I think now we're just going to stick with that. And what we want to do in the newsletter is to actually highlight and spotlight you guys. This isn't just, oh, what is IACC up to? We want to actually put forward your stories and your successes and, you know, things that are on your mind, whatever that is. So like, you know, the vaccination drive would be a great topic as well that we could share in our newsletter. We could ask for volunteers. If you guys have a submission or a story or a member that you want to nominate for that spotlight, you can. Consider it your space, your creative space. And that's what we, remember Iecc magazines, I used to be on the Iecc magazine committee. So it used to be really fun to be able to, you know, get to know your alumni, get to know your peers. And I think we're trying to do something similar here.
Yeah, there's also another, you know, like idea that I just thought of. It's a well-known idea, and we've been doing it in the past. And you know, one of our pillars is one of the pillars of IACC is give, one of the form, you know, right? And that, you know, like was, you know, like you know, helping charities like the Deaf Reach program, or you know, the Citizens Foundation, or Hunar Foundation in Pakistan, and you know, like and helping out, or even now the IBA, you know, creating a group for scholarships for the IBA students. So I think we should also focus on give. In the past directors of the past boards, we focused a lot on that. And obviously because of COVID, now, you know, all these events that used to take place for, you know, holding workshops on these different charities by their Canadian chapters, they're not being held. But we should not lose that focus, and you know, we should continue to help and, you know, like highlight the good things that these programs are doing for Pakistan. So it's a very good thing that we volunteer for Canada. It's a new country, and we now Canadian citizens. But at the same time, let's not forget Pakistan, from where we came from, and you know what, that's the country that built us and enabled us to come here. So, and we must support them, and you know, at the grassroots level also.
So let's in fact, it's Zishan's idea. So let's start our networking from here. We haven't introduced ourselves like board members have. Please, the floor is open. Har koi apna introduce karaye, and you know, and ek dusre se benefit le hum.
And if you are okay with switching your cameras on, please, it would be great to put names to faces. I know some people don't want to, that's fine. But we would love to see you. So, okay, I see some faces. This is just fun. I'll just say it again, though. I mean, Zishan, if you want to, I am currently working at City of Mississauga as a financial analyst. And the IACC community helped me get to where I am right now. So complete byproduct of where I am. Got my CPA once I came here. So anyone who needs any help with respect to financial side, like finance reporting, management accounting, financial analyst, I'm more than willing to help. I've worked at 3 places already, 4, I think. Yeah, 4 places already. So I can always help you. Reach out. Please connect with me on LinkedIn. You know, Umama Siddiqui, that's how you'll find me. So always willing to help.
Yeah, I'm Zishan, and I came here, started off as an AML investigator, and AML is anti-money laundering, that's risk and compliance, and went on to be an AML risk and compliance consultant worked for HSBC, TD, and currently I'm working for back in Nova Scotia. And in the meanwhile, I've upgraded my skills, and I have become a data scientist through participating in a Brain Stations cohort for 3 months, which was really intensive and immersive experience, and in learning to code and do data wrangling and other stuff. So if you have any questions regarding AML, banking, in that perspective, and also data science, you can reach out to me.
Great. I can go next. I'm Hassan Mir. I came 96 in Canada. Since then, I'm in IT. So I run my IT consulting business since that time. I can provide guidance, advice for newcomers who are coming in the IT area. Although my area of expertise is enterprise resource planning side of things, where we implement business applications. But of course, you touch on various aspects of IT. So that's where I can help. My passion is trading, investment, and all that, which I have been doing on the side since all along, and planning to switch over completely to investment and trading in a pretty short. I'm targeting end of this year to say goodbye to IT and switch completely to my passive income that comes through trading. So those are two of my passions. So available for any value I can add to anyone.
I'll go. Most of you all know me. My name is Muhammad Ali Deriwala. I prefer being called Muhammad Ali rather than just Deriwala. That's my first name, and I really love my first name. It's Muhammad Ali. It's not just Muhammad also, and it's not just Ali. So I appreciate that. So I graduated in 1986. I think I'm the oldest one over here, besides my class fellow Shahina, whom I see that she has joined here. She's a newcomer, and I'm sure she will benefit a lot from IACC. She just came in here a month ago. So I graduated from the BBA MBA program 1986. In 1991, I did PGD in computer science again from IBA, and I worked there at Chevron Texaco. Came to Canada in 2002, and I literally went through that grind of a newcomer, of working in a call center, like a night shift, and like trying to survive, and then moving up. Right now, I'm working for Rogers. I am in operations support for supply chain and logistics. I've also worked for about 10 years on the finance side at Rogers. So anyone who wants to know, also have my own my own business consulting company, for which I do business plans for new business entrepreneurs who want to get a loan from the bank or from BDC, and they want to prepare a business plan and a financial evaluation study. So I also do that as a part of my part-time work. So these are the things that I do. If anyone wants some help in these areas, I would be more than happy to help you out. I do a lot of mentoring at work for people who are stuck in survival jobs at Rogers, and they're very qualified. They want to move up, and they just don't know how to move up, and like how to navigate their careers and in the company. I also help a lot to newcomers. I've been recognized as one of the ambassadors for the skill exchange program, culture and skill exchange program for newcomers. So I love doing that. Anytime anyone needs any help, please feel free to approach me. Thank you.
All right, guys, I'll like to go next. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So my name is Hamid Khan. First of all, I would like to thank you, the current board of management. Although we haven't, haven't had many meetings, but I think there have been a lot of events. So congratulations to you guys. Really appreciate the time and effort you've been putting into it. And a good clarification, Mohammad Ali Saab. One is always confused. Like I was also thinking, should I call you Muhammad or Ali? Mostly people would call Ali. So that's a good clarification, actually. So so I've met a few of you in our last meeting. As for me, I came here almost 6 years ago. I've also had a few jobs for the last 2-3 years. I've been teaching. Currently, I'm teaching at Trios College, and I've also ventured into real estate. So that's about me. I worked at SMEDA in Pakistan for most of the time. Like I moved from Karachi after my graduation to Lahore. My hometown is Lahore. So, and yeah, that's about it. I've been trying to, do things of my own, like, some of you guys. and we do reach out to each other in the group. So that's something effective and useful. So I think networking obviously is very useful and good, and we should actually be more active in that. As for volunteering, people who are volunteering or who are offering, it's really great of them. It's hard to get time for that, but I'll try to do something in that regard. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. Thank you.
I think, can I go next now?
Please.
Nadeem bhai,
Okay.
you can go.
So my name is Nadeem Mehta. I actually went to CCS. I don't know how many of you know about CCS. It used to be Center for Computer Studies, part of IBA, and I am from the second batch of CCS. So after passing my PGD in Systems Analysis and Design from IBA, I went for MBA evening program and completed my MBA in '92. So came to Canada in '97, and since then I've been here. I've been working. I started my job at working for, I think it was a company called Midland Volvin. It was the largest independent brokerage house in Canada at that time. So I worked for them and then moved over. Ultimately, I went to in 2000. I joined TD Bank. And left TD Bank in 2010. Now I'm working for a US organization called Rules, where I have worked in 4 out of 5 banks in Canada, except BMO. I worked for all those 4 banks. My area is, as I mentioned, it is IT. I'm working in BPM space. Business process management, and have been working applications, BPM related applications so far. I'm working as a lead architect at a company called Rulesware, a US consulting firm, working remotely from Canada here, from my home. I have been traveling to US for, before COVID, I used to travel to US for my work purpose. As for and my newly found passion is basically stock trading. So I don't know anything about stock trading, even though I learned financial management, accounting in IBA, but I really was not into it. It never came through to me. So and I'm trying to learn how I can go into stock trading, and there are so many terminologies I've seen, like ETFs, SPAC. I don't know what those are. So if somebody could help me with that, I'll really appreciate it. The last thing about volunteering, the Mohammad Ali Bhai mentioned that there is a opportunity for planting. So I would definitely love to go and do that. Whenever it comes up. One of the things that I wanted to bring up is that there is I haven't seen a lot of events coming up, and maybe I'm not aware of those events. I don't know if they are properly advertised or not. I haven't seen any emails on those events, coming up. But I always find them after the fact. I don't see them before, so that I can participate in those. So that is just my 2 cents. If somebody can make sure that those events are properly publicized, so that if anybody wants to participate in those, they can. That's it from me. Thank you.
Okay, can I ask Nadeem, how are you connected to because we are advertising on social media, that's WhatsApp groups. We have an IBA alumni notice board where we broadcast all our events, and at the same time, Facebook group is also being broadcasted, and some emails are being sent. But because we were not being able to, not everybody was opening emails, so those events are not email right now.
So I usually look at emails. I am not really into Facebook. I am only aware of those emails, and there's a WhatsApp group for us. So I'm part of that group. So these are the only 2 channels I use. And if there is another website or something, then I can definitely go in and look at it.
There is.
Can I go next, please?
Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, I'm Shahina Nanjiani, and I've just recently moved to Canada. I've just come from Dubai. Muhammad Ali Dairyawala just introduced me briefly and gave you all an idea of how old I am. Thank you, Muhammad Ali, for pointing out that we are the oldest ones here. I wouldn't have disclosed that at all. Anyway, I'm just new here. Haven't got my camera on because I wasn't aware of this, and so I'm not extremely presentable as all of you are. I can see a very nice looking bunch of people here, and very accomplished. I must say, I've been hearing you all talk, and it makes me so proud, especially since all of you are juniors to us, so it makes us really proud of all of you. Anyway, back to my story. I'll just take 2 minutes. I've just moved here from United Arab Emirates, where I was a professor in university. After my MBA at IBA, I moved on to Australia, where I did my master's in financial management. I worked for Colgate-Palmolive Pakistan for a number of years, where I was a category manager, and then I moved to Australia, did my master's in financial management. Then I moved to UAE, got married, did my PhD, and now I'm an academic. So I'm here, just about a month old here, and I'm really looking forward to it. But I'm having to start from scratch. So I would appreciate any tips, any guidance from all of you lovely people that I can see. And well, that would be good if anybody could point me in the right direction. I'm looking for accommodation, for a job, for all sorts of things. Okay. Thank you very much for your attention, and back to whoever wants to go next.
Thank you. I would welcome Sabir Sami who have joined us, and if he could please give us an introduction.
And Sabir is, by the way, somebody I knew well at IBA. Is he here?
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Yes, I'm here. I just joined, actually. I did not know this session was taking place.
Hi, Sabir. This is Shahina.
Hi, how are you?
Latif, you remember?
Yes, yes. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you, Sabir.
No, sorry, I just joined us now because I did not know the session was going on. But no, it's nice to hear everybody's voices, and nice to join the group as well. And yeah, I moved back to Canada a year ago. So I was here from 2003 to 2013, and then I moved overseas. It's nice to be back home. And yeah, I was, I think in 2000, and I can't even remember now, I think maybe 2007 or 8 is when I, together with a group of 5-6 other people, started this chapter. So it's nice to see the chapter growing and more members joining. And, it's a great community, obviously, for both social and professional reasons. And it's nice to, have that common link that we all have in terms of our, university and kind of, I think, national background as well. So no, it's nice to be here and nice to see everybody and hear everybody's voices. I'm actually out for my walk, so it's a bit cold, and I can turn on my camera, but you really don't want to see me with my hood and toque and everything. So but it's nice to hear everybody and see everybody.
Sabir, welcome back. I was just telling the group that you were one of the founders of the community, and you are more well known because of Sarah rather than yourself.
Yeah, that's I hear that all the time.
The love story that we saw at IBA.
Yeah. I think that's quite a common feature that people know her and appreciate her more than me, but that's perfectly fine. I'm happy to step away from the side.
Guys, मैं एक बात यहाँ ऐड करना चाहूंगी. साबिर कभी-कभी एक दिन के लिए भी कराची आते हैं, और he always makes it a point that he comes and visits IBA. He talks to our students, he grooms them, he mentors them. Sometimes he only comes in for a few hours, but he makes sure that he makes a stop at IBA. So we are really grateful for that. और मैं ये सब आप लोगों से भी कहूंगी कि अगर आप लोग कराची आएं, आप तो खैर वर्चुअली भी of course we can connect with you, मगर अगर आप पाकिस्तान आएं, कराची आएं, तो please make sure that you give me a heads up so that we can arrange a connecting classroom or a corporate session, guest speaker session for you.
Can I request everybody to have their cameras on? I just want to take a screenshot so that we have it on our website.
Yes. I think, let's see. Oh, we've got lots of people coming up.
We have lots of people coming up. Yeah, thank you. I'll be taking some pictures because we have lots and lots of active participants. So give me a few more minutes because we have 2 pages here right now.
Fantastic.
So
I've also put together a couple of WhatsApp group links, and you can see it on the chat if you just click on the side. We have too many over here. So, but the networking, the one that we want to focus our networking initiative on, volunteering, mentoring, that's the last one I've posted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to go next. Can I? Can you hear me?
Yep, please go
Yes,
ahead.
yes.
Oh, okay, okay. I was on the other thing. So my name is Zaitoon. I'm Umar's wife. Unlike Sabir, everyone knows me as Umar's wife, and they don't know Umar as Zaitoon's husband. So, this is where we differ. I work for Service Canada. I joined them recently in October, and I just wanted to let everyone know that seriously, there are so many opportunities in this field of training and development. It's crazy. Like, you know, I come across job postings every day. So please connect with me if any of you are interested in sort of diversifying into training and development. I can help you out, and that's about it. And the fact that Hassan suggested that we should be doing family events. Yes. This board, Omar, basically we moved 5 years ago, but we've settled down well. And where I am, I can help newcomers and I can help business owners too. So there are so many programs across Employment Ontario where the government does a lot of accommodation and help to businesses. So all of us who are running our own small businesses can also reach out to me. I can arrange for things like subsidized employment, training support, a lot of things related to business, and it's all subsidized by the government. They don't let the word out, and they don't advertise it because they don't want it misused, but there are venues of doing it. So much so as literally subsidizing employees for 3 months, 12 weeks, for 18 weeks. I can do all of that. I can help you guys out with that.
Nina, you have a very good mentor in Zaitoon, Umar. You're looking for someone on the training and education side. I think you should connect together.
I was just listening to that, Zaitoon. Thank you so much for that introduction and for your offer of help. And how would one get in touch with you?
Oh, I will be on the WhatsApp group once it's formed. I can share my number also. Yeah. How do you want to?
Why don't you write your number, or I can write your number here?
I can connect them. I can connect both of them. I have both the numbers.
Muhammad Ali will connect us. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Zaitoon. That's right up my alley. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll be glad to help. Thank you.
Just once again.
Ask everyone. I know we're out of time. So just wanted to ask everyone to please register with us as members. That's the only way we know who you guys are. We have details about you. We have a way of reaching you. We have your phone number, your email, and it's also the best way to support us so we can support you back. So please register with us. Get on our CRM so we can start putting together those networking pods and really start diving into the niches that you guys are an expert of. And that will be the next goal for us as IACC board for 2021.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for me. Thanks everyone for coming today.
Thank you all. Thank you for coming. We've reached the time. I think we should be mindful of times there. And I would reiterate that we want volunteers. We want people to just come up to us so that we can arrange and we can promote them, as many of you have experienced for the last year. And I see many valuable members, but they were not because we were short of time, so we didn't hear about their introductions. We would arrange such sessions every month or so, moving on, so that we connect and we move forward and we network virtually. We had a quiz competition. Hopefully, we would set up those quiz competitions by giving gifts and announcing winners. Thank you. Thank you all.
Zishan, sorry, I'm just gonna add to what Zishan said. Personally, I think this was actually a pretty successful event, and I think a lot of people just got to know each other out of it. Would you all you can write on the chat and just give me a thumbs up. Would you all be open to these sort of events in the future where it's just an open forum, it's just a chit chat, just getting to see each other? We can do this more often.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Yeah, I
Yes, of course.
definitely like this conversational instead of, the webinar type. So
Only on one condition, सबके सब ये IBA Canada की टोपी पहनकर है. मेरे अलावा.
I don't
I've
even
been wearing
own
this
a
cap in
cap.
Canada.
I have never worn a cap.
Yeah,
I don't
I've
even
been wearing
own
this
one.
cap in Canada, in Pakistan, in Dubai, in the US, and I'm the only one who's wearing it. सारे directors ने मुझ पे पहना दी, मुझे पहना दी.
So Mohammed Ali bhai, where can I get this cap from?
यार $15 में मुझे बेची थी और
You can
free में बांट रहे हो.
You can get this cap from us. It's for I think $10-15, but it's at the same time we announced that the quiz winners, top three, were given these caps for free. So whenever there's a quiz, you can get it for free.
Buy it, यार मैंने खरीदी थी यार.
ठीक है, मैं भी खरीद ही लूँगा.
And is using it.
Oh, really? So I don't have one.
I don't have one.
Yeah. देखो यार directors का ही हाल है, हम लोग का क्या हाल है.
But
just wanted to ask you something.
Yes, please.
I mentioned earlier as well कि मैंने कोई 10 दिन पहले membership के लिए apply किया था. Still, I just checked, it's pending. I don't know. टोपी तो बात की बात है. Let's.
That proved you.
Sorry.
I think
I just approved. You can take a
it's
look.
approved it. It's gone through.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Thanks for that. And again, I'm from Vancouver. I think every one of you is from Ontario or something. So I'm in banking, commercial banking. Please reach out to me if any of you looks forward for any of the discussion that needs to take place. I don't know how you would reach out, but my number, contact, or Omar and Zaitoon, good to see you guys from the same batch, same year, same class. So,
oh wow,
thank you very much.
Is that so, Wajahat?
Yeah, 97, man.
Oh my God.
Zaitoon and myself in the same class. Yeah. I've grown older, man. I've grown older.
पहचाना नहीं यार.
Oh my God.
Yeah, of course you grow older. It's been 25 years.
पहचाना ही नहीं बचा.
मैंने अभी भी नहीं पहचाना वजाहत. Oh my, अरे यार.
But this was the purpose of this meeting. Old connection.
I had to speak out again, right? So, but yeah.
This white beard really suits you, by the way. अब मैं पहचाना. Without beard, अब मैंने you sir. Okay, now I know you.
No, if you also have a beard, you would have it white as well. So don't worry about it.
Of course.
उमर के सर पे एक भी सफेद बाल भी नहीं है.
वो तो मेरे भी नहीं हो सकता. अभी मैं कलर करना शुरू कर दूं तो it's all good.
नहीं, कलर नहीं करता. ये उसकी बीवी का कमाल है.
ओए क्या खिलाती हो?
So little recap, guys. Little recap, please. Members, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आप लोग भी promote करें. We need membership so that we can connect you guys together. और हम लोग as an IBA forum we grow more. And very soon जो अभी WhatsApp group बना है उसके अंदर हम automatically share करेंगे और timetable बनाएंगे कि what will be happening.
If you have anything, just reach out to us directly or on the group. We are there to listen and
I know that a lot of people don't get our emails. It looks like a lot of them go into spam or junk, or I don't know. Gmail has categories like social, promotions, primary. So I know mine would end up in social. So maybe once we have the WhatsApp group going, Zishan, we can send out an email and then people can see where it's going and kind of place that address into primary inbox, because I know that does. So Batul, can you just share the membership link again? Guys, please just become members and then we will add you to our WhatsApp group and get the ball rolling.
All right, guys.
Okay, thank you so much. And this was a lot of fun and we will do this again.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.